postgraduate MCom course run by the college. Total number of teaching experience till date is of 30 years. His education qualification is MCom, MPhil, DTL, PhD, SET. He has taught around 20 subjects at UG, PG level for commerce and management. Under his able guidance, 6 research scholars are awarded PhD and 9 research scholars are awarded MPhil. He has presented 2 research papers at international level seminar, 3 at national and 4 at state level seminar. 3 research articles were published in well-reputed national journals bearing an ISSN. He has co-authored 7 books in the subject of marketing management, office management, business administration, and principle of economics. His role and contribution, he has worked as at a university level, he has worked as a subject expert for selection of teachers, member for Scott Committee for University Examination, chairman and moderator of paper setting committee at UG and PG level examination, worked as a district coordinator for practical examination, member of local inquiry committee appointed by the university, invited as a research person for refresher course organized by the university, then delivered a guest lecture for SETNET, and also conducted a vivas for PhD course, also worked as in college for a member of local committee, coordination of seminar and workshop, worked as a sports committee, member of internal quality assurance cell, member of anti-ragging committee of the college. A social level, worked as a presiding officer for Lok Seva and Vidhan Sabha election, member for census program of Government of India, then president of Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad Maharashtra, a national level student organization, and also member of Pune University College Teachers Organization, a board of member of Vidyapit Vikas Manch and Center for Educational Development Administration, member for Shariwar Pet Yuvak Agadi, then resource person at Yajda and resource person at Training Center for Cooperative Department, Government of Maharashtra. So indeed, it is really a pleasure and honor for all of us to have him here as a resource person. So again, I welcome on behalf of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, to Dr. Prashant Sathe sir. And I would now hand over the session to him. Before handing over the session, I would like to say something that, sir, there will be a break after 4:30. You can take a break, and after that you can continue. And unmuting the participants, ये आपके पास में है. आप वो हैंड रेस करेंगे आपको अगर कोई सवाल पूछना है किसी से, और आप उन्हें अनम्यूट कर सकते हो. उनके पास में परमिशन नहीं है, उससे लेक्चर पूरा डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है सर. और ऐसा कुछ लगता है तो you can call me on number, because continuously I am not attached to the meeting. I am working here and there, going to the administrative building. So if there is any problem, you can call me directly. My number is there.
No problem.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. I will now hand over the session.
Namaste. I hope I am audible.
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. So let us begin with today's session. Thanks for Dr. Syed sir and Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University for inviting me and arranging this faculty development program. Initially only I have to regret in the sense is a problem of cough voice. So please bear with the voice for next 2 hours, 2.5, whatever. Again, welcome you all for this afternoon session, post-lunch session. As usual, comments. We are seasoned now. All participants are very much seasoned to listen this comment in afternoon session. So as a trend, as a pattern, I am repeating the same. So, for example, post-lunch session is difficult to, etc., etc. So now we are very much familiar with all these comments and statements and joke and so-called joke. But okay, we have to adjust. We have to accept. So whatever you are here for the program, maybe under compulsion or maybe by convincing or whatever motive you are here. welcome. Actually, I am not making this comment welcome by heart, to be frank, as because online session is not that way very comfortable. Not by technology point of view, not by convenience point of view, not by time and cost point of view, but as a part of satisfaction or as a part of achieving the object. Many times it's just a compliance, or many times it's just a formality, particularly after Corona. But okay, there is no need to criticize because we are here and we have to make it online. So online, no issue. But as a teacher, as a you may call it as orthodox teacher, traditional teacher, I'm not that way very convinced with online teaching without any opposition. But let us continue. I will try to continue because I am doubtful about what number. Right now there are 86 participants. So all are here. 100% all are here. Maybe till last. Because as announcement made by organizer that you are not allowed to on the camera and you are not allowed to on the mic. So for the sake, all of us, all of you are here. But I am sure and I am confident and I don't have any doubt about that you are not only physically over here, but you are mentally also. Now, friends, as all of you are teachers, so we are colleague. So you are my colleague. Some are senior colleague, some are junior colleague, but we are sailing in the same boat. So what to say new or what to say different or what to say unique or what to say any other point which you are not aware with. I am 100% aware and sure and confident that all of you are 100% aware with the national education policy. If not, then you are not eligible to join this program. You are not eligible or you are not capable to continue with this profession. Today we are in 2024, January 30th. So since last almost 3.5 years, from 29th of July 2020 till 30th of January 2024, lot many discussions, lot many seminars, lot many webinars, lot many workshops, lot many roundtable conference, lot many articles have published, announced, organized, debated. So we are part of it. All of us, all of you, we are part of it. So what different I have to make a point in this session? I feel that it is okay. It is good. National Education Policy document published by government is good. But good on what ground? What are the parameters to call it as a good or bad? So we will discuss it in due course. Point is, now after 2 years, after 3 years, after 3.5 years, lot many positive points, lot many advantage, lot many benefits, lot many utilities, lot many contribution points were discussed and well accepted, appreciated from page 1 to last, either gist of 64 pages or complete document of 480 plus pages. So there is no need or no one is, there is no hesitation to make a comment that yes, it is an excellent document published by government. But now time has come. Now real time starts of implementing part of NEP. And they gradually maybe this year, next to next year, this month, next to next month wise or year wise, for next 3 4 years, all of us, we are sailing in the same boat, in a sense, trial and error basis. We do our level best, no doubt at all. We are very much eager also, curious also, confident also, well planned also in implementing the NEP in its real sense. But no one has guarantee about what will happen, what is the outcome, what will be the outcome. No doubt on record, program outcome, specific outcome, etc. We are there to set. But what will happen, we don't know. But considering the preamble up to conclusion, part of national education policy, there is a chance or hypothesis, like there is a chance to make a comment that yes, definitely we will have a good result, we will have a good outcome after 2 3 years. That is a product of NEP. And product of NEP means students. Central point are student itself. So students community will definitely get benefited, and we will realize, we will observe, we will experience that product. As I belongs to commerce, so I use make a comment in terms of finished product, raw material, work in progress, likewise. So definitely after some years, not today, not tomorrow, not next month, not next year even, in due course, we will have, we will have, we will get results, excellent result, provided, underline provided 1,000 times, that we as a teachers, we as a faculty, we as a service provider, we as a marketer, whatever name we used to call ourselves, the role of teacher is very prominent in making implementation of NEP either successful or collapse, both way. These are the teachers only, not even parents, not even students, not even government, not even officials, not the other than teachers, no one other than teachers. It's my feeling that it is the only teacher, I can't say responsible, but it is only a teacher who will play a dominant role, prominent role, eminent role in implementing NEP. Though we are not decision maker, particularly financial decisions are not under our control. But 101%, 101% success of NEP lies on the time devoted by, energy spent by teachers. How so far we are enthusiastic, how so far we are energetic, and our energy, our enthusiasm very prominent in implementing the NEP. Otherwise, result is dark. Result will dark, I'm sure. But I'm optimistic. I can't say that result will be dark only. I'm 100% sure that result will be positive. Result will be very different than last 10 years, than last 20 years. And that is why this program also organized with the same intention, I hope, that what to do in future by ourselves, by you, by me also. Though I am here on this side, but we are also trying our level best as per the guidelines, as per the policy, as per the provision, as per the plan, as per the suggestion, whatever made by UGC, government, central, state, universities, we are there to try our level best to put it in practice in its real sense, underline in its real sense. Otherwise, what will happen that it just become a GR type of document. Once it becomes a GR, no doubt GR is important. GR has its own value and relevance in our system. But once anything is under that GR, then it becomes a formality and compliance and submission and etc. If you really go through with the document of NEP, I repeat myself, if you really go through with the document of NEP, full-fledged document of 480 plus pages and gist of 64 pages, then you realized the intention of policymaker, main object of NEP is far different than what we are there to make it in GR. Because everything you can't make it rules and regulation. No doubt rules are important. No doubt regulations are required. No doubt circulars are required. No doubt notices are required. No doubt act need to be amended. But it is a central point, what I made in the beginning, as a student, you must keep in mind student as a central part of the system. And which students? Those who are having the age of 18 to 25. I repeat, 18 to 25. Of course, NEP doesn't only consider this group. They consider right from 0 age up to last. But as we are in FDP program and as all of us, we are in senior higher education. So that is why I restricted from 18 to 25. Of course, we can't segregate that up to 1 to 18 as a national education policy analyzer or as a student, as a researcher, as an observer, whatever. Everyone need to know and understood 1 to 18, year 1, age 1 to year of 18. But after 18, for which we belongs to, I hope that you are teaching in colleges. So those who are in higher education, our stakeholder, our segment, our product is student who is having the age of 18 plus and which is very sensitive, emotional, different and all and all and all. And that is why it is not so easy to make it very successful. Whatever expectation made by policymakers in the policy document. Coming to the point, as general discussion is going on, because we have sumptuous time in for this session. So let us have the thorough idea about this education policy. Whatever my perception, my analysis, I can't claim that I'm the expert and I'm the only. There are so many like you. But in our country, till 2020, and maybe today also, that pattern is going on. But in due course, that pattern will change and have to change because it is the decision taken by government. That till today, the pattern of education is 10 plus 2 plus 3. As particularly in Maharashtra, junior college problem is very significant other than other states. But we are not discussing the problem of junior college here. My point is 10th standard, 12th standard, plus 2 and plus 3. That is first year, second year, third year. And then 2 years of PG, post-graduation. This is the traditional pattern and traditional courses, BA, BCom, BSc likewise. And for engineering and professional, 10 plus 2 plus 4, 4 years degree. And maybe next MTech and likewise. So educational pattern 10 plus 2 plus 3 and plus 2 in case of PG. So students spend, in my terminology, in my context or in my part of that is commerce, student invested, not spent, not invest. He is spending, he is investing. Student invest his 18 years of life, 17 years of life, 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. So 17 years of his use, that is valuable years, he invested in education from first standard to PG, KG to PG, what we used to call. And what is the outcome after 17 years? He may get a good job, may or may not. He may start his own business, may or may not, or whatever. But now, as per the suggestion, as per the guidelines, as per the policy decision, it is specifically being mentioned in NEP. Now, instead of 10 plus 2 plus 3, now hereafter, the pattern will be 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. I repeat, and I'm sure that all of you are aware, there is no need to explain this. Please do not ask this silly question, what is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4? If you have this question, then you are not eligible to participate in this program, to be frank and specific. Coming to the point, now the pattern has changed. 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Total number 15 itself. Total number 15 itself. But 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, after this, I repeat, after this, in current scenario, in the context of current system, he will pass 12th standard. He will pass his equivalence to 12th standard, means 10 plus 2. 10 plus 2. And after this 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, then he will come to us. Us means as we are in higher education. You are in senior colleges. Then that student come to us for 3 years degree program, 4 years degree program, 5th year, 5 years degree program, not 5th, 5 years degree program. But friends, unless and until, as I said, I'm sure all of you are aware that what is this 5, what is this 3, what is this 3, what is this 4. You might have heard this term here before. I'm sure you have heard this. And that is early childhood care education, ECGC. Early childhood care education, ECGC. See, policymakers are very intelligent in the sense they have made this document with in detailed planning, as we used to call planning in advance and planning in detail. They planned themselves that after the birth of any child, from the age of 0 up to the age of 6, I repeat, from the age of 0, once you took the birth, once any child born, and from that time itself, up to the age of 6, 5 plus 1, 6, that age is called as early childhood care education. Very sensitive, very critical, very important as far as development is concerned. Intellectual development, educational development, not economical and another. Particularly memory, education, in a way personality also. For example, from the age of 0 up to the age of 6, whatever we remember, we means at that time, that age student. You also just introspect yourself. All of you are 113, including me, 114. We have to introspect ourselves. We have to visualize. That just make a nostalgic part of, and just to remind yourself when you are in first standard, when you are in second standard, or when you are in KG, Montessori. Whatever we remember, whatever we have learned, understood, remember, analyze. Till today, now my age is 55. Till today, we are remembering this. I remember my first standard. I remember my second standard. Even I remember teachers, those who taught me in my KG, in my first standard, even though I am at 55. I'm not making you nostalgic. This is a psychological research that whatever we learned, whatever we studied, or whatever we understood up to the age of 6, it becomes lifelong. Throughout our life, we never forget that. That is also applicable to you. And that is why during our first, second standard, our parents, they force to, or they ask rather, to rut some points, particularly Padhe. I don't know, I have not asked organizer whether participants know Marathi or not. But with the assumption that as you are in Aurangabad, attending this program in Aurangabad, so you might have no Marathi. Let us in between. I will make it in English. पण आता इंग्लिशचं एवढं बागुलबुवा करायचं कारण नाही. आता राष्ट्रीय शैक्षणिक धोरणामध्ये स्पष्ट म्हटलेलं आहे की तुम्हाला मराठी शिकवावं लागेल. इंग्रजीचा बागुलबुवाही करू नका आणि इंग्रजी बोलून आपण आगाऊ आहोत असं दाखवू नका. प्लीज डू नॉट सेंड मेसेज. माय रिक्वेस्ट. मला माहितीये मी मराठीत नाही बोलणार, मला माहितीये. बिकॉज आपलं पण मराठीत ऐकावं लागेल. I will speak in Marathi 100%. Otherwise, I will leave. But even if you don't know Marathi, you will not have any problem in understanding my lecture. Try to understand. So here I don't want to make any conflicts in between Marathi and non-Marathi. Sorry, I asked this question. That is why it is my fault. Otherwise, if I start it from Marathi, otherwise I will leave by 2 minutes. मराठीत मी बोलणार आहे आणि मराठीत बोलण्याने अन्य मराठी लोकांचं काही प्रॉब्लेम नाहीये. आय विल कन्वर्ट इट इन इंग्लिश. नो इश्यू. प्लीज बेअर. So yes, sir. Otherwise, I will leave. Please do not give such type of message. Because in national education policy, friends specifically mentioned that now you have to well equip with your local language, state language. I'm not saying Marathi. I repeat myself. I'm a part of that committee. That you have to have, cope up with, adjust with, tune with state language where you are teaching. So English is not the only medium of instruction hereafter. Try to understand. Coming to the point. During our childhood age, it is not that way very comfortable. And even if you are from other state, no issue, welcome. You are most welcome. Point is, as a language, whatever language, Marathi, Hindi, English, Tamil, whatever you belongs to, what is the center point? That the development of the student. And that the process of development starts. It is not a Marathi student or non-Marathi students. The process of development starts at the age of 1st to 6. And that is why policymakers has specifically planned a separate syllabus, separate curriculum, a very excellent word. अभ्यासक्रम म्हणले की जरा कमीपणाचं वाटतं. पाठ्यक्रम बोले तो ऐसा लगता है कि यार इसमें कुछ दम नहीं है. It's a curriculum, then it's look very good. If you want to prove yourself as a intellectual students, Sayyed sir, Friends, I am aware that you are from different languages. तेच तर जरा तुमचा माईक हे ऑन करा बरं, मला बोलायचं 2 मिनिटं. पार्टिसिपंटला तुम्ही प्लीज असे कॉमेंट करा की आता सूचना देऊ नका. आय एम शुअर दॅट आय एम नॉट मेकिंग इट इन इंग्लिश, और आय विल मेक इट इन इंग्लिश ओनली. प्रॉब्लेम नाहीये, तुम्हाला करावं लागेल. ओके ओके, ठीक आहे. कारण नसताना माझा वेळ गेला बाबा. अननेसेसरीली आय एम वेस्टिंग माय टाइम. मराठी नॉन मराठी. कमिंग टू द पॉइंट. So how so far it is difficult to put in NEP implementation, now we realized. Coming to the point, 5 category means AG after 3 years. After 3 years, year 3, year 4, year 5. Try to understand. Once any child born, then 0, leave it. 1, leave it. Second year, leave it. Leave it in the sense, the sanskar, the culture happens in family itself. So whatever teaching learning process happened in family itself, at the age of first, at the age of second. And from third age onwards, NCRT, it is public domain document, all of you might aware. If not, please go through with that document. Now NCRT has excellently designed the syllabus curriculum of 5, first phase 5. Not in all states it has been accepted. The process is going on, and it will not natural. There is no any point of opposition or criticism. In due course, all states will accept. Some of the states are already accepted. But NCRT has designed and structured the curriculum of first phase, that is 5. My concern to, my appeal to all of you friends, though you are not aware with Marathi and otherwise, you are expert and excellent in English, but hereafter, the specific comment in NEP made that particularly this age, you have to have, it's a policy, it's a suggestion, it's a guideline, it's not a compulsion, it's not a rule, but particularly this curriculum, this syllabus, this teaching learning process should happen in mother tongue, local language, state language. For example, in Maharashtra, Marathi. In Tamil Nadu, Tamil. In Kannada, Kannada. As per your own language. But right from first age onwards, age of first onwards, if you are imbibing that English, I'm not saying culture, etc. I'm not against English. Please try to understand. But the observation, understanding, analysis, gestures, or digestion in a way happens only in mother language. That mother language may be English in any case, maybe Hindi, maybe Marathi, maybe Tamil, maybe whatever. Why? Because thinking first and action next. First we think and then we take action. And that thinking process happens first in our mother language. And that is why specifically being mentioned with not any opposition or against any English. English is okay. commercial language, business language, required language, understood language, well accepted language. But as a child, he understood in his own language. Own means mother language. And that is why it is well being focused in national education policy. So there is no any need to have a language barriers. Barriers in the sense war, language war, Marathi, non-Marathi. It is not the war in between. It is a concept of understanding. It is a point of understanding. And once he understood, once he remember, once conceptually he clear at this age, at the age of 6, up to the age of 6, ECGC, early childhood care education, then throughout his life, no issue, no problem, no concern. And that is why I repeat my sentence and comment again. Being a teacher, though you don't know Marathi, some of, but if you in Karnataka, you need to know Kannada. If you are in Tamil Nadu, you need to know Tamil. Respective language. We must respect all languages, unity and diversity. But we can't insist only English. This is the only point in national education policy. Again, without any opposition to English language. It's a good language because there are only 26 alphabets in English. And if you took my example in Marathi, there are 52 words, 53 words rather. So it is very exhaustive language compared to English, my language, which I belongs to, Maharashtra. And everyone have a proud of their own language, nothing wrong. Kannada has own, Tamil has own. Even Hindi, as Hindi is our national language. So lot many people use English, Hindi also. So in NEP, 3 language formula, whether English is compulsory or not required, please leave apart. English, it is required. Okay, right now also I am doing in English, willingly or so, but I am doing, and I am not any opposition to this. Now NCERT has designed, published the syllabus, and all states, including even state of opposition in the sense politically opposition, they are also now trying to implement it in their own state in one way or other. Maybe initially they opposed, but later on also they also realized the basic concept of NEP. This is not the policy published by BJP or Modi or RSS or anyone. It is open to all. So there is no need to have a prejudice that this is the policy of Prime Minister Modi. Otherwise, in 86, it was the policy of Rajiv Gandhi. So it is not the case. It is not the policy of any particular person or party or any thought process. It is not RSS document. It is not BJP. It is not Modi. It is the national education policy. I repeat. And that is why, and of course, all of you are matured and all of you are honest teachers. So there is no any sort of prejudice in your mind, I'm sure. But coming to the point, policymakers are sensitive and are very curious, cautious in making successful this first phase of education, that is 5. Because once that is successful, that is being implemented in its real sense, then no issue in 3, in 4 and other, +3, +3, +4. Provided you are having that type of success in 5. But friend, what is happening? It's my own experience because I visited almost all states in the country, almost all. That in higher education, because we are in higher education, I also belong to higher education. We are not that way very cautious and concerned about 5 +3 +3 +4 structure. What we used to focus, our product who has passed his 12th exam and joined first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, whatever. And that is why, as a teacher in higher education, my sincere and humble request to you all, though we are not expert, I am also not expert, but try to understood that phase of 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, because it is an integrated one. As in costing, I am teaching costing. So in costing, we used to say finished product of one is the raw material of next. In costing, process costing, finished product of one is a raw material of next. And that is why finished product of 5 is a raw material of plus 3. Finished product of plus 3 is a raw material of next plus 3. And finished product of first 3 is a raw material of last plus 4. 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. It's a integrated. And now we are in higher education, all of us. So finished product of plus 4 will be the raw material of our segment, that is higher education. He will join his first year. But friends, what is happening? We are so much so consider and we are so much so planned about major subject, minor subject, vocational subject, seal in one, or number, blah, 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 basket. We are considering that basket. That options should be there, IKS and OTJ and lot of. I will discuss later in detail, or we will discuss later in detail. But unless and until his concepts are very clear, unless and until fundamentally he is very sound by knowledge, it is of no use to use all these so-called terms of major subject and minor subject and skill enhancement and ability enhancement and IKS and all so and so. And that is why 5 plus 3 is very important. And their language is very important. Mother language, Marathi in Maharashtra, Kannada in Karnataka, Tamil in Tamil Nadu. English not at all. Unless, not against. It must be supportive, integrated. It is not my comment that you should not or you shall not use English. No, you may, you can sometimes, provided supported with mother tongue, main and subsidiary. Try to understand. Coming to the point. So that is why it is a duty of every teacher, as we all of us, you are faculty. So it is our duty to see and to advise, to suggest, to observe, to interact, to intervene. 5 plus 3 structure in your own state. Those who are in Karnataka, those in Tamil. In Karnataka, we heard that they have started and again they are not, whatever. Politically, leave apart. I'm not making any single comment politically. And of course, we should not. Coming to the point, if any state government is not very serious, is not very particular, is not very properly planning this 5-3-3-4 structure, then as an educator, as a higher education holder, we need to intervene. My request. Though we are not any authority, though we are not in policy making as a teacher, but we must consult with. Otherwise, as I said, finished product of one is a raw material of next. If the same finished product we are getting from school, from plus 3, then what is the use of this major subject, minor subject, and all? It is only a sort of different words only, unique words only, nothing new in that. And that is why success of national education policy in higher education 100% depends on product or outcome of 5334 structure. And that is why policy makers also make a comment in their document. If you go through with the document, then you will realize policy makers also make a comment that they expect 100% implementation, means full-fledged implementation, 100% in the sense full-fledged implementation of national education policy from the year 2030 to 2040, because they designed it in 2020. What was their plan and intention? That it will start from 2021. So from 2021 to 2030, 10 years, it will have a sizable period, 5334 structure in its real sense. And 2030 to 2040, that 10 years will be the excellent years of implementation as well as result oriented. But unfortunately, what has happened? 29th of July 2020, it was announced. From that month itself and afterwards also, the gravity of corona was at peak level. And that is why literally we waste 2 years, 2.5 years, all over the state. And that is why 21 we lose, 22 we have lost. And some state has started not full-fledged, half-heartedly by 2023, means last year. And now majority of the states, particularly in higher education, they are planning to start from 2024. As many of the participants are from different states, so please do not ask me the question. I am not the authority to what is Tamil and what is Karnataka and what is other state. What is in Maharashtra I am making, it may be applicable to all. Point is, as already we lost 3 years of its implementation. Otherwise, ideally 2021, this is 2024, so almost 3.5 years. So sizable period. But now what is happening? We just started, particularly in Maharashtra. Now there is no any meaning, as we are in research, so-called research and so-called SPSS. I am research coordinator, and under my guidance there are number was wrongly mentioned, actually 9. The point is statistical package for social science, and that is why we are good in testing the hypothesis. T-test and Z-test and ANOVA test without knowing, it is a different one. Point is, this is 2024. Not at all acceptable, advisable to make any positive or negative comment on NEP about its hypothesis. Means NEP is excellent, you can't say, and NEP is worst, you can't say. It is neither excellent nor worst unless and until it is being experienced, implemented. And that is why what I said in the beginning, we are sailing in the same boat. We are trying. Major subject, minor subject, all. And in due course, after 3-4 years, by 2027-28, we will in a position to make either comment about NEP. So please do not ask your students to take a topic on NEP analysis because it is just started. That the baby has born just 1 year before. Even though 29th of July 2020 is the birth date of NEP, but is this NEP, actually it is in 86, it is in 74, it is in 54, long back. But this NEP, but just implementation starts by 1 year. So there is no any meaning to make any positive or negative comment on it. So please do not ask your students to take this topic for PhD thesis. I observed last time I went in any university and they made a research proposal on NEP. He was against that fellow and he said that no, useless NEP. How you say useless? Even if I'm saying NEP is excellent, how you say excellent? Unless and until any stakeholder, student experienced it, pass out, then you may conclude, yes, it is no, it is negative or positive, depends. So I neither this is the paper, maybe this may be the topic for research paper, but should not be the topic for your thesis, dissertation. Coming to the point. So as a higher education, particularly it is in concurrent list, neither only central nor only state. It is a combined decision of both. And that is why we are finding many problems, particularly in higher education. As school education is purely a part of state, so no issue. But particularly higher education, we are so many authorities to control. AICT, UGC, central government, state government, universities, all. Number of. Even though in national education policy, one of the principle mentioned that light but tight regulatory authorities, regulatory framework. But still we are having tight, not light. And because of this tight regulatory framework, we are so accustomed with formalities and compliance and submission and document and etc. Auditing statement, reports, number of. So even though it is light but tight, but right now it is tight itself. UGC issues number of guidelines, AICT issues number of rules, and that is why that there are four verticals. I hope you heard sometimes. There are four verticals mentioned. Vertical number 1, vertical number 2, vertical number 3, vertical number 4. But till today, it has not practiced. They are planning. Maybe in due course they will establish and they will start for. But till today, that verticals are not at all started. Actually, it is expected and supposed to be by last year itself, but not. It is not yet the priority of either state or central government. And that is why, as it is in concurrent list, because paying authority is state government and rules regulation made by UGC, maybe means central government. And that is why guidelines of UGC, rules of UGC, rules of state government, policies of state government, budgetary provision of state government, and added statutes of universities are not matched with many times. And that is why university have their own rule. State government as a paying authority has a different. I'm not. It is called as a negative or critical on this part. Try to means I'm not making opposition part of. I try to put in front of you the fact what is happening. That UGC, central government, AICT, there are a number of other bodies also in case of medical education, in case of engineering education, in case of law, in case of architecture, in case of pharmacy. Every has its own national level bodies. So coordination between these bodies and central government, these bodies and state government and universities and colleges at the end. And in a way, college and department also, and in a way, department and head also, and in a way, head and also. So it is a huge chain in between. So we have to accept. Accept means this is the fact. But it is a teacher, if he decides and if he planned, then he can make a change. Means what? Means what? Friends, at the end, to whom you have to taught or to whom you have to explain your knowledge, student. So if you are planned with, firm with, confident with, sure with, assured with, motivate with, encouraged with, then who stopped you in delivering the knowledge to your students? Not by UGC, not by government, not by any. As a commerce teacher or as a teacher in general, If I want to impart value education, then who will stop? It is you only to put in front of you the good picture, good quality picture to the students. Leave apart the syllabus and see. No doubt, syllabus is important, workload is important, salary is important, CHB is important, part time is important. I'm aware. 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 55 minutes, 58 minutes, 60 minutes. Every hour is important. But prominent is altogether at center point is students itself. If you are if you are firm with, I will teach Indian knowledge to my student. Then who stopped you? I will teach this subject in this way, in this ethical way, in this moral way, in this national spirit. Who will stop you? Please do not wait for GR or circular or rules or regulation or statute or act or amendment by any authorities. It is you to start. And it is expected in NEP. When I interacted with Honorable Kasturi Rangan, chairman of NEP, he made this comment. Of course, it doesn't mean that it should not be formalized or it should not be under the rules and regulations, and it should be. There must be rule, there must be regulation, there must be procedure, there must be process, there must be system, all. But over and above, core segment is student itself, and core segment of delivery of that knowledge to teacher itself. And that is why the role of teacher and role of student is very prominently mentioned in national education policy by the policymakers. And that is why respect, you must give a respect to teachers. And now we have respect, no doubt. I am not against. We have respect. But to maintain that respect is the responsibility of teacher itself. Otherwise, in a due course, students will lose the respect on us. But definitely that respect will be there, provided you deliver the exact knowledge, expected knowledge to the student, which is relevant, rational, and logical. I repeat, which is relevant, logical, and rational. Otherwise, student will lose the interest in teaching and learning. He will not come to the class. He will not come to the college. He will not attend the lecture. Only he will attend the exam and get the degree. Which is not expected in national education policy. Friends, as we are in higher education and in national education policy also, in one way or other, directly or indirectly, what is being proposed, what is being focused, concentrated by Kothari Commission long back, 86, tree policy, TREE, tree policy. That's teaching, research, extension, expansion. I repeat, teaching, research, extension, expansion. If you go through with the skill advancement, ability advancement, vocational courses, Indian knowledge system, of OE subject, GE subject, major subject, minor subject, on the job training, all these are one way or other related with teaching, research, extension, expansion. As a teacher, your API must be good to 110 plus to become professor. 500, 1000. In some cases, I'm confused, but no doubt. In my mind, some of the faculties have their API 2000 plus, 3000 plus, 4000 plus, 300 research paper published in this journal and that journal and Scopus journal and care listed and all and UGC and all and all and all. With due respect, I'm not against. But over and above this research contribution, I'm not against research contribution. Take it in another way. But what about extension, expansion activities? What about extension, expansion activities? That Roll number 152, you want to speak something or what? Please unmute. Okay. So, extension expansion activities are very prominent, and that is why these skill courses, vocational courses, OE, GE, all these are indirectly as a part of this extension expansion activities. Friends, I'm not that way very authority rather, or I'm not at all authority. I'm just part of or colleague from. Point is how much you spend or invest your time, your teaching time, your college timing. If you are in if you are in college for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever timing you are in college, how so far you divide your time in these four pillars: teaching, research, extension, expansion. You must devote time for extension activities, for expansion activities, for research activities, and for teaching activities. Whatever workload we have, 20 hours, 16 hours, 1 hour, 50 minutes, 1000 minutes, whatever schedule. I'm not here to discuss that because this is not my point of expertise. But whatever time you are spending, you are using, you are investing, you must plan for all these extension activities also and expansion activities also over and above teaching and learning, teaching and research. Because now, because of CAS, Career Advance Scheme, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, we have to have increased our API, no doubt. I'm not against, or I'm not at all making any casual comment also. I'm very serious and I'm very cautious. Everyone need to plan for 6, 7, 8, 9 AGP, Professor 14, etc., etc. But over and above this CAS, over and above taking 20 hours or whatever lectures allotted to you, you must participate in extension and expansion activities, not for yourself, but for the students' benefit. And that is the outcome of, or that is the beauty of this national education policy. That, for example, as you know, there are 360 days in a year of, in 1 year, round figure 360. Out of 360, as you are aware, I am not at all making any new uh, presentation in front of you. All of you are aware. I am just revising it. It is not a unique, it is not a different, it is not new. It is just revised what you know. 180 days academic, 2 semester, 60 days in general. I am speaking, not 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 60, but 60 days for exam evaluation and 120 days vacation. What is expected in this national education policy by policymakers, that as a teacher, we need to focus that 120 days also of the student who is utilizing his 120 days. It is, we are the pioneer, or we are the only to guide them, to direct them, to suggest them, to advise them, to consult with them, that how to make fruitful that 120 days in its real sense. Because if he develop himself, then ultimately it is the development of college, it is the development of faculty, it is the development of department. Because student grows himself, herself, then it is a indirectly development of all other faculty, fraternity members, teachers and principal and management and government and all. So very simple. You as a teacher, you as a faculty, what is expected in national education policy, to guide the students for their personality development, either academic or other. What he will definitely spend good time in this 120 days of his year. And that is why you need to plan for that. Otherwise, 4 hours are over, workload is finished, exam is over, assessment is done, result is declared, my work is finished. This is not expected in national education policy. No doubt we are doing, and it is a part of our duty to check the paper, to assess the paper, to etc. etc. And we are doing it. I'm not against. I am a part of teacher community and I am a teacher, and that is why we do it. But now the responsibility is doubled. Doubled in the sense there is no need to look into one-to-one student, but we must guide them how to participate, how to increase, how to enhance their skill, how they will increase their skill, how they will enhance their skill. Because we are not expert in all area. We don't have any expertise in all types of skills, even in our own domain knowledge. But it is our responsibility and it is our quality and it is our duty rather to guide them, advise them, suggest them, direct them for expansion, extension activities. For example, NSS, NCC, culture, sports, curricular, co-curricular activities. You can't say that I am expert in research. I will focus my time only in research. No doubt you have to have spent time in research, no doubt. Because unless and until your specific API is there, you are not get promoted. But as a student point of view, you must involve, not interfere. You must involve, actively involved in the extension expansion activities of the student. So if you planned yourself 120 days, 60 days, 60 days are also important, even though there is a continuous evaluation process nowadays. But even though continuous evaluation, we must focus on the exam part of, evaluation part of. These two are different. Huh? Evaluation and examination, these are different. We are not that way very bother about examination. We must bother about evaluation. Because we need to evaluate the performance of the student. Examination take place, paper and viva and all that. But evaluating of any human being is not that way so easy. In that case, AI will not help you. Artificial intelligence or chat GPT will not be useful to you in evaluating the performance. With the help of AI, you will definitely conduct good exam. You will declare the result in shortest span of time. But evaluation is a mental process. Evaluation is a psychological process. And for that, involvement of the teacher and student is must. I repeat. And what is expected in national education policy? Continuous evaluation, not examination. Examination takes place. Maybe 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours, whatever. And that is why 60 days exam evaluation, 120 days vacation, sort of extension, and teaching. Teaching is must. We must spend, not waste, 100% time in teaching. I am aware nowadays teaching is secondary and research and extension expansion activity is the primary in many cases. We are wandering here and there for seminar, webinar, certificate, FDP, as it is compulsory, number of. But who will teach in the class? Teacher only. So teaching is a prominent is in development process. Maybe my observation may be wrong from my side, but it's my own perception. No one can challenge. Point is, we are giving second priority to teaching and first priority to research and extension. No doubt, all are important. As I said, these are the four pillars of education. So teaching is must. Maybe 45 minutes, maybe for time is not that way very matter. You may finish by 15 minutes. Otherwise, you may extend up to 50 minutes. That is not a point. Point is your interest, your intention, and your contribution. in teaching is important. Finish. Now, friends, we are in age of competition. You as a teacher, or you may have your own childs, those who are in education, maybe in school, maybe in college, or many of you may have their own business. They are well settled. Your son, your daughter. But the biggest problem faced by student, fees charged by educational institute. It is not our purview, I am aware, because we as a faculty, we as a party, we as a teacher, we are not that way very authority to control the amount of fee. It is the management and government and etc. But exorbitant amount of fees, because of exorbitant amount of fees, many times, particularly weaker section of the society, financially weaker section of the society, it is not possible for them to have good knowledge. And that is why what I'm suggesting, though fees are exorbitant, I'm not against it. I'm not in favor of exorbitant of fees. I'm against only. Fees must be reasonable. Fees must be affordable. No doubt at all. But it is not our purview, and that is why there is no need to discuss that point. If we not enough teacher, we must taught him or her. It is my suggestion. Maybe one or two or three or four or five. Sometimes for in your local vicinity where you are stay, there are some students who can't learn because of this problem. Then you must spend and invest and not waste. You must devote a time over and above your workload to teach this type of student. This is called as a community development, which is expected in national education policy. Friends, try to do it. I do it myself. For example, there are 3 students, those who can't afford fees. I taught them, not daily, not weekly, maybe once in a month, twice in a month, but have an interaction with them. Then they may not have that type of sense that yes, we can't continue our education because of lack of fees we have. Coming to the point, there are private universities, there are public universities, there are state universities, there are open universities, there are international universities, there are deemed universities, there are now cluster universities, so many types. I am not here to give any figure because it is available on net, so there is no need to give this figure that these are the state universities, these are the private universities, these are the deemed universities, these are the deemed to be universities, and the number. Expansion is excellent. Instead of excellent, I have to use the word horrible. Expansion is horrible. Horrible in the sense, not in a negative sense. Because in Pune, for example, I am staying in Pune. There are 17 private universities in Pune itself, one of the city in Maharashtra, one of the prominent city in Maharashtra. 17 private universities in Pune, where the number was just 5 to 6, 10 years before. But since last 10 years, again, I am not discussing here pros and cons of private universities, plus and minus of private universities. I am just making in front of you the point. Now the expansion vertically and horizontally is at a very high speed. Maybe because of that, GR will increase, gross enrollment ratio will increase in higher education. But whatsoever type of universities, either private or public or state or whatever, we as a teacher must confine with our duties mentioned in National Education Policy. And that is TREE. Participation in extension expansion activities also. And as I said in the beginning, the age group is 18 to 25, for which we belongs to. Very enthusiastic age. Though my hair is now white on the verge of whitening, I am 55. But in my class, since last 33 years, I am in this field since last 33 years. From 1990 till today, all students are of black color without any artificial color, means having energy and enthusiasm. So it's a very it gives a satisfaction to us that they are very encouraging students. They are very having energy, chill and chest. We must make use of this energy and chill and chest in the interest of nation, in the interest of nation building. Otherwise, if we start to explain that why you come to a higher education, there is no scope to you in future. If you give the figure of poverty, if you give the figure of unemployment, if you give negative part of, then they will discourage and they will decline. It is we are responsible to make them to maintain their energy. Otherwise, I know the figure of poverty, I know the figure of unemployment, I know the figure of availability of job. But if you make a comment, if you make a comment in a very positive way, not any wrong statement, not any incorrect statement, but very encouraging comment if you made instead of discouraging, then definitely he will have that type of energy and he will develop himself. And this is the duty of teacher, what I feel. And that is why this faculty development program organized by central government under this scheme. Point is that age group, कॅमेरा ऑन कोणाचा असेल तर बंद करा. Anyone is on the camera, please off it. Okay. That age group, age of 18 to 25, energetic age group, if you set in front of them excellent picture of higher education and national development and nation building, and definitely they will come to the class. आनंदमयी सार्थक जीवन, हिंदी में है ये, मराठी में नहीं है. आनंदमयी सार्थक जीवन. Student must feel that yes, I am enjoying my college life, I am enjoying my educational life. It is a teacher who is responsible to make his educational life very enthusiastic, very energetic, and of course, monetary incentives are different. We are not the authority and we don't have any power and we are not have that concern also. But we must encourage them. Let us come to the class, let us come to the college. Otherwise, friends, many times higher education institutes are the centers of admission and examination. I repeat, higher education institutes many times are the centers of examination and admission and examination. What happened in between 180 days, no one knows. A national education policy expects throughout and continuous evaluation. And that is why Anandamayi Sarthak Jivan, educational life, meaningful, and worth also. Now, as in national education policy, flexibility is one of the principles. I hope you know flexibility. No only arts, no only science, no only commerce. Means your domain knowledge is okay. As I belongs to commerce, so my domain knowledge is commerce, and I must teach 60% to domain knowledge. But remaining 40% to this interdisciplinary, maybe arts, maybe science, maybe depends on. I am not making a comment that mechanical engineer should have. Mechanical engineer must have a knowledge of mechanical engineering only. But over and above his mechanical engineering knowledge, if he wants to learn any music, any painting, then he can. And that is why that type of flexibility is offered in national education policy, particularly by way of these programs and faculty. commerce faculty, arts faculty, science faculty in a way. And that is why there are no any hard separation. I repeat, as I said, only arts, only BCom, only hereafter the nomenclature of degree will also change. Till today, the same degree, nomenclature has no changed. That is why what I said, in 2-3 years, there will be drastic changes will take place. And we will be the part of it. So no hard separations is the feature of principle of national education policy. Multidisciplinary is again another feature of national education policy, as I said. Not only to restrict with only one discipline, एक ज्ञान शाखा ऐसा भी नहीं है. There are number of branches, multidisciplinary. Very important is conceptual understanding. As I said, in early childhood education, their conceptual understanding is very much. Once that conceptual clarity develop, or once that ability of conceptual clarity develops up to the age of 6, then it continues till 20, till 23, till 25. But provided that habit, or provided that starting point must be in the beginning. And that is why conceptual understanding is still required at the age of 20, at the age of 21, at the age of 22. Means a student who is taking admission for first year, so he must have a conceptual clarity. And that is why then now you realized my sentence, what I said in the beginning. Finished product of one is a raw material of next. If conceptually only he is not clear in the beginning, then afterwards only it's articulate words he is using without understanding. Using articulate word, curriculum and all, and teaching pedagogy and all. Only using articulate words are not sufficient in making your self personality develop. And that is why what is important is your own language. If you learn in your own language, then that development, or that growth, not growth actually, development took place like anything. Otherwise, it's just a growth. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But we are not expecting growth, we are expecting development. And for that, conceptual understanding is required and numeracy is required. Tables, second, third, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 30. और मी मराठीत सांगतो 100%. शब्द ऐका, ज्यांना मराठी समजते त्यांनी ऐका, बाकीच्या नाही कळलं तरी नाही कळलं. पावकी, निमकी, दीडकी, अडीचकी, औटकी, अकरकी. माझ्या सकट, इथं काही जणांना येत असेल तर माझा आपल्याला जाहीर प्रणाम आहे. आय एम सॅल्यूट टू दोज, त्या सगळ्यांना माझा सॅल्यूट आहे ज्यांना पावकी, निमकी, दीडकी, अडीचकी, औटकी, अकरकी येते. Which is being specifically being mentioned in national education policy, ability of numeracy. पाढे म्हणतो ना आपण, माझी पावकी निमकी पाठ आहे. ज्यांना मराठी येतं त्यांना फक्त म्हणून दाखवतो. 1 पाव, पाव पे, पाव अर्धा, 3 पाव, पाऊण, 4 पाव, 1 5 पाव, सव्वा 6 पाव, 1.5 7 पाव, 1.25, 8 पाव, 1.25, 9 पाव, 2 10 पाव, 11 पाव, 1.25, 12 पाव, 3 13 पाव, 3.25, 14 पाव, 3.5, 15 पाव, 1.25, 16 पाव, 4, असं 100 पर्यंत 25. निमकी 1 निम निम्म, 2 निम 1, 3 निम 1.5, 4 निम 2, 5 निम 2.5, 6 निम 3, 7 निम 3.5, 8 निम 4, 9 निम 4.5, 10 निम 5, अप टू 150. पण माझं एवढंच पाठ आहे, माझं पुढचं पाठ नाही. आय एम डाउटफुल हाऊ मेनी ऑफ यू have knows this पावकी, निमकी, दीडकी, अडीचकी, औटकी, अकरकी. Very sorry. This is expected in NEP, National Education Policy. Friends, try to understand. आढात नाही तर पोऱ्यात कुठनं येणार, आपलंच पाठ नाही तर मुलांकडनं आपण कधी कसं एक्सपेक्ट करणार. Now, what is the general comment from the students? What is the need of this numerical ability? Because we have AI, ChatGPT, computer, etc., etc. No doubt at all. I am not at all against of this AI and ChatGPT and computer and mobile and all. I am also a part of it. I am also using very excellently. I am using. But point is, critical analysis, critical analysis, analytical ability doesn't grow unless and until you have that type of numerical ability and conceptual clarity, which is being mentioned in national education or which is expected in national education policy. We are in 2023, 2024. Those who born in the year 1930, that decade, 30, 40, that generation knows what I mean. My grandfather, my father, my mother, now she is no more. She knows all this numerical analysis. And we, even though I'm PhD with table 14 grade, 10,000 grade, professor, 10 students pass out, etc., etc. But I'm completely fail in this numerical ability because my teachers not taught me. So how my students expect any new or unique knowledge from my side? This is a generation, na? This is a generation effect, na? If your teacher taught, then you may taught to your students, then that students may taught to their next generation. See, education is a very different psychological process. It is not a mechanical one. It is not binded with seventh pay or sixth pay or workload or timetable or salary or it is. Please off the mic. काडेकर सर तुमचं माईक चालू आहे बंद करा. Point is numeracy and conceptual clarity try to implement in your higher education also. I am not claiming very sorry. I am humbled. I am not at all expert in any of this, but I am trying my level best to give to the students, to contribute to my students. I am not at all expert. I am not at all authority. Next principle, which is being mentioned in national education policy, is ethics and human and constitutional values. Why to implement NEP? And who are there to implement NEP? These are the teachers, what I said. But they must be ethically sound. They must behave like human beings. Means we as a teacher must behave like human beings. नाही तर आपले टीचरच रात्री बार मध्ये दारू पित असतील आणि दिवसा भाषण देत असतील. आय एम नॉट अगेन्स्ट, अदरवाइज मेक मी सॉरी. You may have in union, sir, how you made a comment that we are in bar. No, I'm not making a comment that you are in bar. But ethically, if you are not behaving well and you are not behaving with good human beings, then how you expect that your student will have that type of quality? Try to understand. Nowadays, what is happening that teachers are involving in other unethical practices in other way, and they are expecting quality input, quality output, quality program outcome, program specific outcome. This is all articulate word, what I mean. Unless and until you are developing a ideal picture, it is difficult. I know it is difficult. No one is perfect. Even I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. Every human being has its own limitation. But try to imbibe that ethical values, moral values, value system. And for that, teachers must play a prominent and dominant role. Otherwise, what is happening in higher education under the good name of freeness, liberty, autonomy, and constitutional rights and freedom, what we are doing? This is not a freedom. There must be some specific restriction. As a teacher, morally, ethically, you must abide with it. Otherwise, it's just an industry-oriented job. Try to understand. If you are not following ethical and moral practices, sorry to all 117 participants, those who are here, you are good. I am not at all against. I am not even not against any community or any teacher particular. But what I am observing, 100% observing, which is not that way very correct. Because we are getting salary 2 lakh plus 3 lakh plus 10,000 AGP, whatever. What is expected in national education policy by policymakers, that emphasizing on these values, ethic, constitutional values, human values. Coming to the point, next. Promoting multilingualism and power of language. My suggestion, my request, if possible, I am not at all, underline, I am not at all expert in Sanskrit. But Sanskrit is not the language of any particular community or caste or region or religion or any other. It is the fundamental right of every teacher, irrespective of caste and creed and region and religion, to know the Sanskrit. Because majority of our Indian knowledge system has in Sanskrit language itself. And that is why we must write. See, nothing is mentioned in national education policy that Sanskrit is compulsory. Nothing. But try to. I am trying. मैं प्रयास कर रहा हूं कि संस्कृत को जानना. मुझे संस्कृत अभी तक नहीं आती. I am not at all expert in Sanskrit. But why not to start for? Why not to begin with? We are restricted with 26 alphabets English and our mother tongue and Hindi. But why not to Sanskrit? Because Vedas, Puranas, Shruti, Smruti, all these are in Sanskrit. And how to understand? For proper understanding and conceptual clarity, if we learn Sanskrit, we can. Otherwise, Marathi version, Tamil version, Kannada version is available, no doubt. But this is also multilingualism part of, not to restrict only English. I repeat, not to restrict only in English. English is okay. English is advisable. English is acceptable. Next, creative and critical thinking. On the job training, ASC, OEC is a part of this critical thinking. But for creative and critical thinking, 120 days of academic year are very important. Huh? Not only 180 days teaching learning, not only 60 days exam evaluation, but 120 days are very crucial, very important, very prominent, very dominant, very planned for this creative and critical thinking. Give him a task, assignment, home assignment, where he will come, which he will complete in Sundays or vacation or Diwali vacation or December vacation or summer vacation, whatever type of vacation, state to state vacation period may be different. Give the assignment, give the field project, give the research project, so that his creative and analytical and critical ability will enhance, will increase. This is expected in national education policy. Extensive use of technology. Right now, we are the victim of, sorry to say, but we are the victim of this technology. That FDP online, FDP technological, which is preferable, online or offline? 100% online. Even though from my side also the same answer, online, because it is convenient, cost-wise convenient, time-wise convenient, period-wise convenient, and okay, compliance, formality, submission, API, 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks, whatever. But technology has its own limit. Even though it is being mentioned in NEP, extensive use of technology, but we must restrict ourselves. हम जिस दिन सोते हैं उसी दिन हम जागते हैं. Try to analyze my sentence. We sleep in night 1 o'clock, means next day, and morning 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So same day sleeping and same day wake up. It hampers your physical health. It hampers your mental health. Almost our screen time, including teachers, some of you are honorably exception. I am not. We are spending lot many times in on chatting. That is why I am not using WhatsApp. I am not available on WhatsApp. I am not at all using any social media except Twitter. I am on Twitter and Telegram. And of course, mail is there. But we are literally spending. If you ask me the question, sir, means we should not use WhatsApp, it is against? No, no, it is not against. You may use, but how much time you are there to spend? Then what is the moral right to you to say to the student not to use the mobile? You yourself use the mobile like anything in a day. Your screen time is 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours a day. Under the good name of technology, under the good name of learning and teaching and knowledge expansion and all and all and all. And all. It is not expected in NEP. What is mentioned in NEP? Extensive use of technology, but extensive use of technology only for knowledge, not for other. But we are doing other because it is very difficult to put a control on. This is the biggest drawback of technology. Equity and inclusion. This is a natural constitutional principle. Equity and inclusion. All must have that type of opportunity. Teachers and faculty are the core part of this learning process. It is specifically being mentioned in National Education Policy. The teachers and faculty as the heart of the learning process. Heart means unless and until you have that type of this what is called as a heart. Heart is very important. It is a very important organ in our body. And the what is the word that is being used in NEP to teachers? They are the heart of the education system. Because if heart fell, everything collapsed. Hand allowed, leg allowed. Any other organ may be allowed, but not heart. Once you hurt, once the heart is failure, zero life, no life. And that is why teacher has a prominent role, and that is why FDP, that is why this program, that is why this scheme, that is why this understanding, that is why this investment, that is why this time allotment. Try to understand. So teacher and faculty as the heart of the learning process. As I said in the beginning or earlier part of light but tight regulatory system. I am waiting when it will happen. Till today it is tight itself. It is not light. But light but tight regulatory system. Till today it is tight, but hope so that it will light also and it will have some sort of tight also. Then research is promoted. Research is promoted in the sense that one grant is allowed 20,000 crores. 20,000 crores, that research grant for outstanding performance in the research is being mentioned in this national education policy. A rootness and pride in India. भारत देश का अभिमान जागृत करना, राष्ट्र का अभिमान राष्ट्र के विषय में अभिमान जागृत करना, नेशनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन, राष्ट्रीय पुनर्निर्माण की भावना जागृत हो. This is expected in national education policy. Last 22nd of January exactly happened all over the India, irrespective of caste and creed and region and religion and dharma and etc. Everyone welcome and appreciate Ram Mandir. It is not only Hindu or it is not only all, because it is a Rashtriya Punarnirman. It's a national reconstruction. I am not at all restricting to any particular caste, creed, region, religion, dharma. Dharma means kartavya. Dharma. Everyone must work along with his dharma. Dharma means kartavya. Kartavya. please try to understand kartavya. It is a kartavya. Dharma means not Hindu dharma, Muslim dharma, Christian dharma. Dharma means kartavya, code of conduct, ethics, etc. ये मेरा धर्म है कि अभी आपके सामने जो विषय मुझे दिया गया है उस विषय के बारे में कुछ बातें कहना, not to divert from my topic. The topic allotted national education policy, so I have to restrict with national. It is my dharma right now. So point is, everyone must devote his dharma, follow his dharma, follow his duties. Then everything will smooth, no problem. Then automatically national pride, national reconstruction, national development, Rashtra Abhiman, it will take place. Education is a public service. It is specifically being mentioned. It is a public service. Means access to quality education must be considered. The word must is used. Access to quality education must be considered a basic right of every child. Understand and underline this word. Basic right of every child. And that is why policymakers and state governments and central governments and all schemes and universities are very much cautious in implementing this policy in its real sense. They are trying their level best. What is happening is a different one. And that is why now substantial investment, the last principle, substantial investment in a strong, vibrant public education system. What is expected by this policymaker, that philanthropic investment, substantial investment, public should come forward and they should invest in this education system. It doesn't mean that government should reduce their role. Otherwise meaning is that government should not reduce. Otherwise, what is happening actually, government is giving second priority to higher education, which we are not at all need to agree with. We must oppose this, but this is not a point of discussion and debate of this. Only thing is that substantial investment in a strong, vibrant public education system will be encouraged. This is mentioned in national education policy. And that is why through philanthropic, private and community participation. But philanthropic, private and community participation doesn't mean that government should decline their role. Otherwise, the hidden meaning may be this, and I am against. Government must maintain and contribute the same amount. But otherwise, philanthropic investment, public investment, community investment, social investment should come forward, and we must encourage. Okay, so these are the principles of higher education. Friends, now within last 15 minutes, because I have to conclude by 4:30 or 4:40. I don't have much time also. But this national education policy, particularly in Maharashtra, in autonomous colleges, they have started. And non-autonomous colleges, they are going to start from next academic year, June 24 onwards in Maharashtra. The case may be different in your own state. I am not at all here to ask, and I don't have any curiosity also that what is going on in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. This is not my concern also. But what I am saying in Maharashtra, just a minute, sorry. Sorry. So in Maharashtra, in autonomous colleges, they already started. And non-autonomous colleges affiliated to university, they will start from June 24. As per the guidelines, norms, rules, regulations, whatever. Now the degree, higher education, degree, BA, BCom, BSc, nomenclature is not yet, but maybe BA, BCom, BSc, there may be some different nomenclature later on, will be of 3 years degree, 4 years degree, or 5 years degree. I repeat, 3 years degree, 4 years degree, or 5 years degree. And as you know, credit system, choice-based credit system, CBCS. There is no need to explain that CBCS also. If you don't know, then please leave apart. So I am sure that all of you are aware about credit system and CBCS and all and all and all. So if 3 years degree program, if 3 years degree program, then minimum 120 credits and maximum 132 credits. Minimum 122 credits, 120 credits and maximum 132 credits in case of 3 years degree program. Next, if 4 years degree program means if we took admission at FY, SY, TY, first, second, third year degree, or if we join next year, took admission in the 4th year degree program, then that degree will be degree with honors. That is a honors degree. It is a honors degree and minimum 120, 176 credits and maximum 120, 220 credits. I repeat, 176 credits minimum and 220 credits maximum in case of 4-year degree programs. I hope it is clear. Sorry. 160 minimum and 176 maximum. Sorry, confusion from my side. In case of 3 years degree program, minimum credit 120, maximum credit 132. In case of degree with honors, 4 years degree program, minimum credits 160 and maximum credits 176. And if we join 5th year, in Maharashtra, it will happen in 29-20, 28-29, not now, after 4 years. If we join 5th-year degree, means degree with research, in case, then maximum 20 credits and minimum 176 credits. Maximum 220 credits, minimum 176 credits. Now, all credits will a part of CGPA. All credits will a part of cumulative grade point average. Means marks will, not marks, credits. Now, as per the guidelines, 40% credits online and 60% credits in class, in the class, in the college. So courses through MOOCs and etc. 2 credits, minor subject, minor subject. See, again, there is a dilemma, 60%, 40%, that 40% online, 60% offline means a problem of workload, timetable, funding, salary, number of issues. But here we are not at all discussing that. This is not my authority also, and this is not my right also to answer. But definitely problem will arise about the workload and timetable and faculty and salary and honorarium and the timing and number of. But we have to finish 100% evaluation, 60% offline, 40% online. Now, all of us, all participants, those who are here, now 3 left. Initially 114, now 110. Okay, whosoever left, no problem. So, major subject, minor subject, value education course, VEC. What I am trying to explain, within a period of 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years, within a period of 3, 4, and 5 years, you must design your curriculum, syllabus, timetable, etc. in a way that all these areas will covered. Means major subject, minor subject, value education course, ability enhancement course, AEC, skill enhancement course, ACC, on the job training, OJT, open elective, general elective, means either open or general, then Indian knowledge system in the first year, then vocational skill course, internship, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Friends, all these are terminologies, means basket. Basket is a very, very, I'm not using this funny term, but basket is a very apt term nowadays we are using. That we must provide a good quality basket to the students so they will have a chance and opportunity to select either from major or minor, from AEC, for ACC and all and all and all. One comment I received just on screen, that what is the difference between major and minor subject. Major means your specialization. For example, I am teaching costing. I am taking example of costing. I am teaching costing in my college. So costing is my major subject. And minor means other subject, other than your specialization in your own degree. For example, economics is a minor subject in our college. So that is why special subject is a major subject, where you want to make a specialization in marketing, in administration, in costing, whatever. It depends on the accepted workload of every college. So it depends on the for that is availability of subjects in your college. But major means special subject and minor means other. OE means elective or general elective. If you are teaching or if you are giving knowledge to commerce student, then he must select such a subject which are other than your special subject. For example, commerce, then you may select a subject from arts, subject from science, not pure science, other type of sciences. So it is under OE or GE. For example, a student of commerce, he may take a subject from arts as an open elective or as a general elective. Now, on the job training, yes, it is okay. Major subject is a subject where you can, not necessary, because research, getting admission for research in fourth year is a different parameter. You must complete that research, what is called as a process, because you are not only eligible if you complete your fourth year, unless and until that research component is there in fourth year. But for me, there is no need to discuss too much on this, because this is just a beginning in first year. But to discuss on what will happen in 28 and 29, we will discuss later. So my concern is a continuous assessment. You must make this continuous assessment. For example, June, July, August. Every month, one assignment. Every month, you must assign. you must as you must assess the student. Every month, you must assess the student. There are only 3 months, 180 days. June, July, August, September. Vacation. 3 months. Only 6 months teaching. उगा आपण वर्षभर शिकवतो वगैरे असे काही बाता मारू नयेत. आपण फक्त 6 महिने शिकवतो. 180 days. आम्ही राष्ट्रासाठी, देशासाठी, कॉलेजसाठी काही असं नसतं. यू आर टीचिंग ओनली 180 days. So continuous assessment I'm not making every week, every month. So continuous assessment. What is important is Indian knowledge system, what I feel. For example, I'm teaching costing. Then what Indian knowledge says for costing, for marketing, or administration, or Marathi, or whatever language, whatever subject you're teaching. For example, in 11th decade, 12th decade, 13th decade, or whatever, how the knowledge evolved. This is 2024. So commerce in 1500, 1600, 1700, BC, or whatever, AC, whatever. If the knowledge, that type of information is available, then you must teach them. Moral values, you must teach them, which are relevant, logical, and rational. I repeat myself. Those who are bad, please do not repeat. Those who are unethical, please do not repeat. But those who are ethical and our own, you must teach the student. युगानुकूल और देशानुकूल, जो हमारे देश का है, अच्छा है, और अभी के जमाने में relevant है, you have to teach. Otherwise, leave it. Not necessary. There are some tradition which we have to abolish. There is no need to make a comment on this or explain this. Leave apart. लेकिन जो हमारा है, अच्छा है, वो पढ़ना चाहिए. And that is why what I said, Sanskrit is required sometimes. On the job training is required. Now, considering the availability of time, and I will not give a break, I will conclude after 5 minutes. That point is the success lies in role and contribution of the teacher. How so far you are contributing, how so far you are devoting, how so far you are involving, how so far you are imbibing the qualities among the student is very prominent and dominant in making this NEP very successful. Otherwise, the NEP will collapse like anything. If every time we consider from the point of view of workload and salary and etc., I am not at all against. I am in favor of workload. I am in favor of salary. I am in favor of timetable. I am in favor of rules and regulation. I am getting salary. It doesn't mean that I surrendered my salary and I said no. I am getting salary. I'm a professor. My grade is 10,000 grade pay. Point is not that grade pay or that. Point is 1,440 minutes time available to us as friends. 1,440 minutes. I'm sure that all of you are aware. 1,440 minutes are available to every individual in a life, in a day, in a day. So day of 24 hours and day of 1,440 minutes, how you utilized it, how you planned it for your teaching, for your research, for your extension, for your expansion, and your personal life, and your family life, and your social life, and your not commercial, your commercial life is teaching itself. And that is why, with due respect to your social life, with due respect to your family life, with due respect to freedom, with due respect to liberty, with due respect to your personal life, you must spend and not waste. You must spend and invest your time in this higher education. And that is why Honorable Kasturi Rangan and M.K. Sridhar, to whom I know very well in person, I met him last time, Mr. M.K. Sridhar, one of the member of this NEP policy maker. What he said, that really the success of NEP fully and completely based on role and contribution and time and devotion by teachers and friends. I'm from you. I'm one of from your side only. I don't have any type of authority and I don't have any type of otherwise unique feature in my from me. Just sharing, just making a sharing that experience with you. My concern is after 20 years, once you retired, those who are on the verge of retirement, after 5 years I will retire. There are some faculties, those who will retire after 20 years or whatever. After your retirement, a impression about education at that time will completely depends on your contribution in teaching process. Because our seniors did their job, whatever, plus minus. Now we are blaming or claiming or criticizing or appreciating their role. We are appreciating also and we are criticizing also. So next generation, those who will pass in 2030, in 2035, they will blame or they will appreciate either our contribution in education, in higher education. So if you played a good role, if we played a good role in higher education right now, then next generation, because higher education generation is of generation of 5 years, FY, SY, TY, PG 2 years. So next to next generation, third generation will definitely appreciate our role as a teacher in higher education and they will accept or reject ourselves at that time. And to appreciate our role by our student at that time, that generation, that government, that society, that public, we must play a prominent role in implementing of national education policy right now. And that is why, since today, my humble request, I am a part of it. I know Mr. Patil, sir, Satish Patil is attending this. I thankful to Dr. Satish Patil that he gave me an opportunity to interact with you. So it's our duty as a teacher to play whatever role available, whatever time available, ethically, morally, binding with value system. If we contribute, then definitely student will accept, appreciate our role. Otherwise, they will decline and they will resist and they will reject teacher as a community. And I'm sure all 110 students, 110 participants, right now that number is declined. Okay, no problem. So all 100 plus participants will definitely play a prominent role in this implementation of national education policy. Again, I express thanks to all. If you have any question, you are allowed, but I am not the authority. I am not from government. I am not from UGC. I am not from university. I am just a common teacher like you who have experience of 33 plus in higher education. Otherwise, I am not. Patil sir has a right. Patil sir has a authority because he is a director of this. Pulari sir has a right because he is a vice chancellor of. But I don't have any right and authority. If any contribution, comment from my side, your question, I will try to my level. Otherwise, from my side, it is over, and I express thanks and धन्यवाद to all those organizers, yes sir, and Patil sir for inviting me for this session. Namaste. I am done. Patil sir, तुम्ही hello. पाटील सर काही प्रश्न नाही ना?
हा
हॅलो.
सर सर नमस्कार. काय नाही ते फक्त अनम्यूट होत नव्हतं म्हणून
हा.
तिकडे फोन केला होता. काही छान झालं सर, एकदम मस्त आहे.
ओके
थोडस मी उशिरा जॉईन झालं कारण मी दुसऱ्या लेक्चरला होतो. मग
ओके
ते
ओके
संपल्यानंतर तुमच्याकडे जॉईन झालं.
बरं बरं. काही प्रश्न असतील तर सेशन वॉज व्हेरी गुड सर. जस्ट माय कनेक्टिव्हिटी अबाउट
येस.
नेपाळ. काही प्रश्न असतील तर ते विचारू शकतात ना?
हो येस येस. एनी पार्टिसिपंट कॅन आस्क क्वेश्चंस. सबको अनम्यूट कर दो.
You can raise the hands if you have any queries.
आवाज नाही येत आहे. आवाज नाही आला.
Participants?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
हा, you can ask questions.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, can you explain in context of excess workload? Is there any provision?
As far as my perception is concerned, the workload of commerce faculty will increase by 20%.
Yes, sir.
Workload of science faculty will increase by 33%. Because I am studied, I have go through with all 11 university subjects and curriculum, and arts faculty also. But as I said that I don't have an answer to this question. You ask this to joint director or director of higher education, but I'm not making a casual comment. It is very important that unless and until the increased workload being accepted and agreed by the government, we can't put this NEP in its real sense. I'm agreed because
Sir,
workload must, whatever increased workload must accepted by government. Otherwise, it is of no use. I agreed.
sir, but
Ajay sir,
how
you have any other answer to this? How?
how it's count in
How
grantable or non-grant or
expected question, grantable, non-grantable, these are the two classes. But at least
yes, sir.
grantable workload need to be accepted. Non-grant is very serious issue, I am aware. So this is not my cup of tea
Okay.
to answer non-grant. Very sorry, I'm a part of teachers association, but I'm in favor of whatever increased
Thank,
workload government must accept.
thank you,
Sorry,
sir. Thank you for your valuable suggestion.
धन्यवाद. सय्यद सर,
हॅलो
एनी वॉन्ट टू? हाँ बोला ना.
हा नमस्कार.
हाँ कोण बोलतो?
हा डॉक्टर सचिन तायडे फ्रॉम वाशिम महाराष्ट्र.
बोला.
Sir, will you please put some light on the cluster universities?
क्लस्टर युनिव्हर्सिटी GR आत्ताच आलेला आहे आणि what is mentioned in that if 5 colleges are under the same management of the same local area, they may come together and have one university under the name of cluster university. But it is very difficult to have 5 colleges, maybe in some cases, because one management may have their college in one area and other college in area location having 40 kilometers away. Then they can't come under their cluster university. But still the concept is in vague concept, I would say. If you go through with that GR issued by Maharashtra government 15 days before. But cluster is a concept where still so many points need to be clarified. For
Yes.
example, 5 posts, VC, Pro VC, Registrar, Dean, payment of 1 crore, and what will happen after 5 years. That problem is there. So, see, not to discuss too much on cluster. My concern is we must focus on value education. We must focus on ability enhancement course, skill enhancement course. Why to discuss this? Management will consider this cluster and all that. Our duty is to take the 20 periods and participate in extension and expansion activities. Sorry. Yes, anyone?
Okay.
Any more questions?
Any more questions, participants?
पाटील सर, मोहम्मद रफी सरांमुळे मला मिळाली संधी आहे.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. नाही, त्यांना सांगितलं you do a persuasion and see that everybody should accept our invitation as far as the
बरोबर.
NEP discussion is concerned.
नाही, करेक्ट.
देशभरातून सगळ्यांना जोडून घ्यायचा प्रयत्न करतोय आपण.
Correct. There are good participants from
Yes.
all corners. Good.
Yes.
Yes.
So, if no questions are there, I will propose a vote of thanks to this afternoon session. My special thanks to Professor Sathe sir for being here, sparing his valuable time and giving his valuable inputs on higher education and society. So, on behalf of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar University UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Program Center, I am thankful to Prashant Sathe sir, and now I declare this afternoon session is over with the permission of our respected director. Thank you.
ठीक आहे, नमस्ते पाटील सर, नमस्ते.
नमस्ते सर.
चला.